No rain. Nice, warm. So we are in the town of Bracknell. Just taking some fun roundabouts. It's one of the bigger, busier roundabout of the town. Why not take advantage of ambulance crossing? At least enter the roundabout. So I have driven in a few countries. And seen driving in a few other countries, and I find the British driving is the easiest of them all. As long as you know the rules, you follow the rules, because there's so much surveillance throughout that you can't get away with not following the rules for a longer period. So it's driving, you can say, comparatively is far more fun. I mean, if you like a normal drive to be fun, if you like thrill, then probably this is the place with the most boring drive after Malta, because in Malta you can't drive at faster than maybe 10 miles an hour, because it's a teeny tiny place with too many cars and too many people. And the very difficult drive that I saw, where most people won't care about rules. Well, that's how I felt. Actually, in Rome, it was quite funny. It was green signal for pedestrians, but then the cars were still passing, and I think there's some kind of a rule where both can use the part of the road at the same time, which is a bit weird to begin with. But yeah, that was some fun stuff that I saw. Driving in Spain was actually very good to the eye. You could enjoy that drive over there. I have not driven in those places, just because I think I don't feel confident to drive in any place where you have to drive on the right side of the road. I did drive in Ireland, and Ireland is not very different from the driving here in the UK. Also, in different parts of UK, for example, Wales, I have driven for thousands and thousands of miles. it's very scenic. Whole country is quite scenic actually. I think apart from the main city Cardiff, the whole Wales is very beautiful. You actually enjoy, well, I do enjoy driving around that part of the world. Probably haven't, well, I've not seen much of the Scottish part of UK, but this is one thing which I intend to do at some point. Probably will be driving and staying live, because I have started using YouTube for dash cam actually. So I don't know why this idea did not occur to me before. Very recently dash cam broke and I initially thought about getting another one. Then I was like, what's the point? Why not just do the drive for others to enjoy as well? Because I do enjoy when I have to see some drive somewhere. It may look very boring, but one enjoys doing these little things. So now we are on the M329, which is part motorway, part A category highway. Speed limit here in the UK, the national speed limit on a dual carriageway or a motorway is actually 70 miles, which may not be as good as as fast as a lot of other places. Even Ireland has got a bit faster, maybe 5 miles extra faster speed limit, which is 120 kilometers, which probably makes around 75 miles. But rules are quite strict here. If you are sometimes in some places, if you're found going above 70 miles, you may receive a letter that you were going above the speed. At other places, you can probably be going at 75 miles and they may still give you the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of times one is when you're overtaking somebody, you're just going at a higher speed than them, and a lot of times you easily cross 70-mile limit. So that's the thing about speed. I do though want to drive at Autobahn at some point, which is the German motorway, where they say there's no speed limit, you can go as fast as you want to. I've not really done my homework on this, and honestly, I'm not really planning to drive in Germany, because in Germany you also drive on the right side of the road, which just makes it a little bit tricky for me. I think I've been told by so many people that once you go in those countries and you drive, you just get adjusted pretty quickly. But I don't know, I think I just I'll do it in my own time at some point, of course. I do like driving around though, no doubt about that. For one whole year I was driving so much that it felt like I was driving as much as a taxi driver would do in a year. I drove for roughly 40,000 miles in a year a few years ago, and that was well, in kilometers that would be around 64, 65,000 kilometers in a year, which may not look that amazing, but I think for some regular guy, it may be actually quite a lot. That's like 40,000. It's like 100 miles every day on average, more than 100 miles. 36,500 miles would mean 100 miles every day. But I was roughly covering 120, 130 miles most days of the week. As the clocks have gone forward, so now our sunset is still pretty far. We still have got like nearly an hour and a half before sunset. You can see sun is still pretty high in front of us. We're just in the outskirts of Reading town. The little towns, one on the right is called Early, and the one on the left I think is also part of Early. But just if I drive for another mile, on my right would be the town of Woodley and left would be Reading. Reading is called a town only because I've heard that there's this rule that a city has to have a cathedral, a bigger church, you can say, which Reading doesn't have. So that's why it's not labeled as a city. It's only a town. And this town has got one of the biggest hospitals in the region, basically. So I'm roughly going at 70 miles. So the guy in white car probably is going maybe at 80 or even higher. Exit from here to Reading. This is the eastern end of Reading. I'll be driving to the western end, which means that I have to pass through the town, which means there'll be a lot of traffic.